Most agents in the financial services industry are basically just renting their spot or just say leasing their career because they never really established any real ownership. There's three different levels of ownership in the financial services industry. One that's the most common that most people know about, let's say, is being able to own your own book of business. Now, there's some organizations that you never get to establish that. One of the largest organizations in this industry doesn't allow the agents to be able to actually get the renewals, so they never really own their book of business. Once they leave, that business all stays with the organization that in which they partner with. But when they leave, they don't get anything from it. Then there's some other organizations that may take you 3, 5. I know one that even takes you 10 years for what's called being vested before you're able to even own your book of business. But the downfall of that in terms of owning your book of business, it's good. It's the first level of ownership. But once you stop working, those new clients stop coming in, and then eventually the people that are paying those premiums or paying those policies are going to stop paying them because they're going to pass away or they're going to be able to do something else. So there's no new money coming in there where eventually that all is going to go away. So that'll probably give you a nice 10, 15 year, maybe 20-year run after you retire, and then you'll see that level of ownership is just going to go away because there's not going to be anything left in there. The second level of say ownership is basically owning your own agency. Well, if you own the agency, then you're able to get money from the future transactions that actually come in. So just think about Henry Ford. When he had the Ford Motor Company, every car that was sold in the Ford Motor Company, he got a piece of it. But then after he passed away, his children and his grandchildren are still getting a piece of all the cars that are sold. That's the second level of ownership. That's far greater than owning your book of business because you actually get the renewals and the override renewals from everyone that's in your organization, everything which they do, and that can go on perpetually for forever because you're going to be able to have other agents, new agents come in there and create new business, but you'll still be able to get a piece of that new business. And then after you pass away, your family, your heirs can still receive a piece of that business. And then the third level, say, of ownership is going to be profit sharing, whereas though the company itself, and it's different from, say, the company in terms of putting out a bonus pool or sharing the profits in which they get from the carrier to carrier bonus or trips. This is in addition to that. The profit sharing in terms of the revenue that's generated from the company or the conglomerate of organizations like which we have. We actually working right now. We have 12 different companies under our umbrella, and as all 12 are profitable, we're able to share in those profits. So this is the first time this has ever been done in this industry, and they're going to just keep growing from there. So every company is striving to become better, and as they become better, it becomes more profitable. Now, here's the great thing is that if one of those companies were to fail and they become bankrupt, you still have all the other companies that are still working towards that same goal. So if the insurance company you were with, let's just say you had stock options there, but now they went belly up. Like there's a few insurance companies now that they no longer exist. Those stocks are going to be worthless. But if you have a conglomerate of companies, so it's sort of like Berkshire Hathaway, if one company fails, all the other ones are still going. That's why Berkshire Hathaway, their stocks are still selling for about $500 a share now because there's a bunch of companies that make up that whole pie. That's actually what we have here. We have all three levels of ownership in terms of our opportunity. If you want to learn more about it, be happy to share that with you. And we do have that profit sharing from multiple companies. So if one company fails, it's not going to matter because we still have other companies that are still working independently in their own entities to be able to go and grow and become profitable. Be happy to share more information with you. If you're thinking about ownership and you want to be able to take advantage of all three levels of ownership, reach out to me. Be happy to share some information so you can make an informed decision.